Have you ever wondered what happened to the city you used to know? If you walked through the streets of Toronto today, you would see glass skyscrapers and modern transit. But beneath all this modern concrete lies a completely different world. A world of classic cars, neon lights, and families who built this city block by block. Today, we are taking a rare journey back in time. Look closely at these pictures. Do you still recognize the Toronto of your childhood? Take a look at these streets. Back in the 1970s and 80s, downtown was a completely different sensory experience. Look at the giant, colorful neon signs glowing above the sidewalks. Stores that no longer exist, but that once held the stories of our weekends. And the cars, just look at them. Massive steel machines like Oldsmobiles, Dodges, and Fords, cruising slowly down the lanes. People didn't rush like they do today. They walked, talked, and enjoyed the afternoon. It was a simpler time to live. Do you remember walking down streets that looked just like this? What was the name of your favorite store back then? Looking back at these faces from the 1970s and 80s, it makes you think. Back then, we were all so eager to rush into the future. We used to think about the year 2000 and look forward to all the modern changes, believing life would just get better and better. But ironically, now that we are living in that future, all we truly long for is to take a step back. We miss the days when people actually looked at each other instead of screens, and when a walk down the street felt peaceful. If you could press a button today to go back to a single afternoon in 1970s Toronto, would you do it? Let us know what you missed the most. If you grew up in Toronto during the 1980s, this place probably looks like heaven to you. Welcome back to the golden age of shopping malls. Look at the architecture, the unique store signs, and the crowds of people just hanging out. Back then, the mall was the center of the universe on a Saturday afternoon. But the beauty of the 80s wasn't just inside. Step out onto the streets and you would see a perfect balance of changing times. Elegant cars, quiet tree-lined avenues, and a peaceful atmosphere that seems so rare today. It was a decade of transition, where the world was modernizing, but the neighborhoods still felt safe and calm. Who remembers spending their weekends at a Toronto mall back then? Which stores do you miss the most? Look at the heavy flow of this avenue back in the 1970s. This was the real pulse of the era. Long before modern highways took over, scenes like this showed a city constantly on the move. Just look at the massive trucks and vintage big rigs delivering goods, mixed with those classic mid-century cars. There were no hybrids or silent engines back then. You could feel the raw power of steel and hear the deep rumble of roaring motors. Look closely at the details of this busy street from the late 70s and early 80s. Right here, a local street vendor selling popcorn from his vintage cart, a simple smell that defined Saturday's downtown. And look at the signs in the background, the classic Mr. Submarine and an early Subway logo. It was a time when global chains and local flavors shared the exact same sidewalk. Did you ever grab a bite at Mr. Sub or buy popcorn from a cart like this back then? Look at the pure joy of these children playing outside back in the 70s and 80s. No smartphones, just raw imagination and free time. But as the sun went down, a different kind of magic took over. Vintage night photos always captured something special. We rarely stopped to look at the old city lights, the neon glow, or the moonlit streets from back then, yet those quiet nights hold some of our deepest, most comforting memories. Do you remember the peaceful feeling of a quiet night in the city during those years? The 1980s were a truly unique time to be alive. It was a decade where the modern world was just starting to wave hello, but the warmth of the past hadn't faded yet. We had the first tech entering our homes, Yet our best moments still happened out in the neighborhoods under the sun or driving down peaceful streets. It was an era of bright colors, big dreams, and a feeling of freedom that is hard to find today. Now, I want you to pause for a moment and prepare yourself to look through a window that few have ever opened. What you are seeing next are incredibly rare, historical photographs from more than 100 years ago. Back then, color photography didn't even exist, and the entire world was captured in deep shades of black and white. Look closely at the architecture of the buildings, the dirt roads before the age of modern cars, and the horse-drawn carriages that used to rule downtown. Look at the faces of the people, an entire generation long forgotten by time, yet they were the ones who laid the very first stones of the city we know today. It is deeply fascinating to realize that these quiet, old streets are the exact same busy avenues we walk on today. Can you even imagine what life was like back then? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Take a moment to look at this beautiful, quiet scene from the 1950s. A mother, completely present, caring for her child surrounded by the simple toys of that era. There were no digital distractions back then, just pure, quality time and unconditional love. Looking at this, it makes you reflect on your own journey. How was your relationship with your mother growing up? Do you miss the warmth and safety of your childhood days? Share your most cherished family memories with us in the comments. From the busy avenues filled with steel machines and vintage big rigs to the neon lights of the 1980s shopping malls. From the simple smell of a street popcorn cart to the quiet nights and the irreplaceable warmth of a mother's love in the 1950s. We have traveled through a beautiful world that no longer exists, but it leaves us with an open debate. Was the past truly a better, happier time to live, or is it just our minds playing tricks on us through the lens of nostalgia? Why does a single old photograph hit our hearts so deeply today? If this journey touched your soul and brought back your best memories, please subscribe to our channel and leave a like on this video. Help us keep these memories alive for the next generation.